Hey everyone, how's it going today? Lamoura here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. I have a friend over here. Another little bunny girl. Anyways, we are here in the Limsa Luminsa upper decks, right in front of Bedaron, or however you pronounce his name, and we are going to... There are a lot of bunny girls in this area. I like a lot. We're going to accept this quest because apparently there's stuff going on in Gridania that we need to go take care of. Call of the Force. Bedaron has information on a new task. Ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is ye get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for a venture as survived in Bedlam has survived as Bedlam in Statasha. I don't know, that sentence makes almost no sense. Anyways, if you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mione. I think it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, just Mother Mione, and it's not Mione, which I think it's just Mother Mione. Me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, class. Okay, so we got to go back to good old Gridania. We're going to go do that real quick, and I will be back in just a second. Okay, we're here in Gridania, and one thing I do just want to try to remember, and I cannot promise that I will be good at remembering all the different things that I need to do just in order to set up an episode, so I often forget to eat eggs and whatnot. I'm going to try to hit the minion roulette once per episode, usually in the beginning of the episode, and just get a new minion for the entirety of the episode. We'll hit it. I don't have that many minions as it is right now. We won't probably be getting that many minions throughout the course of the game, but it is just something that I think would be cool. And now that I have seen this, I want to move my Aether Flow thing here. We'll just kind of move everything over just a little bit, just because it's kind of annoying having it so close or so far up and blocking most of our view. Okay, it looks like Mother Mio is in fact loaded through, so I don't need to pause. Thank Christ. That it was something that was bothering me yesterday. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come and take your... Oh, it's you, Niah. 'Tis good to see you again. What's that? Here at Bedaron's suggestion, you say? The foul-masked rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm on your time. Okay, cool. So we got some more potions and high potions, which is always good. Fire in the Gloom. And if I'm not mistaken, this is another dungeon. So we have another dungeon coming up. All right, Mio is waiting to brief you on your task. So I think we have to go to all three city-states and do a dungeon quest there. Just very similar to the Statasha one that we did last episode. Ready for the briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion. Oh, sorry, this is someone else. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good evening to you, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Oh, hey, Bowlord, it's good to see you again. Well, if it isn't our own woman of all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you are most needed, Niah. My thanks for answering the call. Now time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtar Deepcroft. The place was once a Galamoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking around the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalmund, or a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the Calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the Calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment respite. They have probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalmund to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Niah? Yes. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft, and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Thanks, Mother. I appreciate it. Okay, so the Tamtara Deepcroft, if I'm not mistaken, is very close to where we did our first Hall of the Novice quest. So, we are going to go to Bent Branch and travel from there. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so here we are in the Bent Branch. We're going to head south here now because you can see that the Tamtara Deepcroft for the quest Fire in the Gloom is down here towards the south. So let's just re-up our map so we can kind of see everything that's going around here. As you can see, the world just gets ever more populated with more and more side quests. So there's never a lack of things to do in this game if you are ever increasing other classes, you just want to boost to max level, whatever it may be. You're just bored and you want to see more information about the world and whatnot. There's always stuff for you to do, whether it's levy quests, fates, side quests, whatever it may be. A lot of the side quests, I guess eventually I would like to do at one point. I probably won't ever record it, to be honest with you, but it's something that I'd be like, hey, yeah, I want to play through it like in a year or two, when I'm like done with expansions and I don't really know what else to do. I have a feeling this guy's going to try to attack us. Nope. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. I was going to say, am I too strong for him now? At a certain point, some hostile guys won't attack on sight because you are just like that much stronger than them. You know what? I just realized I don't have my carbuncle up. I had to log out for a little while and eat some dinner, so logging out, unfortunately, unsummons your dude. Alright, and I have a feeling we'll have some skeleton. Did these guys clear out all of the skeletons in here? Sweet, my dude. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we have the God's Quiver bow guy here. Again, we're going to be going into a dungeon here, but we'll deal with that in just a second. You're Niah Lilil, I take it? Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalmund. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put the end to the Sixth Astral era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon Dalmund for their god, believing that it would deliver them from devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalmund exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalmund are convinced that heretics, that is to say everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania, and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. That I can do. Alright, so we had to go into the Duty Finder and find a party that is hopefully going through and doing Tamtara Deepcroft. So we'll select that, and we'll hit join. Looks like there are a few, but we probably have to wait. Okay, so our objective today is to destroy all the cultists that are in the Tamtara Deepcroft in order to stop them from doing whatever they're doing, whatever they want to do. They worship dull moons, and we don't want them to. Alright, our tank is going to pull a fairly good bit here. I wish that I could say that I was going to put a bunch of like damage over time, dot effects on everybody, but unfortunately as of right now we cannot. So what I'm going to focus on doing here is getting our Eggy to do multiple instances of damage to everyone here around us. And we have to remember we have energy drain here, which is going to be key to some of our battle strategies here. It's just one of those things that it's brand new to my kit, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. So we'll put our things on here. And it looks like we have another Astrologian, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen as many in the last few minutes, you know, of doing dungeons and whatnot than I have today. It's really cool. I like seeing like new classes and whatnot. Looks like our tank is going to be pulling a fairly good amount, especially since we have an Astrologian who will allow our tank to kind of go ham and have the fun that they want to have, which is really cool. If you know you have a decent healer on deck, then you can kind of pull whatever you want and not be too concerned. Oops, I didn't mean to do bio. Too concerned with dying, you know. Which I think is always nice for a tank, if they can do large pulls and get the content done and feel like a badass by, you know, going wall to wall, having like a bunch of enemies on them and whatnot. At least that's how I would feel. I know it feels good as a healer when you're able to help the tank get through that. Alright, and we've gone to the next level. Awesome. So my maim and mend number 1 has gone in, so my attacks are now doing more damage, which is always nice. He is attacking this one, so we will make sure we get that as well. I want to get that treasure coffer after, so that we are getting as much loot as possible for our character. If we roll for it, you know, it could be one of those things that we might not get the roll for it. Alright, who's everyone fighting right now? This one. Alright. Let's get that. The main I should have put miasma on it. That was my dumb move. Sometimes I forget that I don't have AoE dots. Cool. Alright, so let's open up this treasure coffer. Vials of ether, which is always nice. Just make sure we're on our tank so that we know who they're attacking when they do the next pull. This dungeon is fairly easy. You kind of just have to go around, kill the mobs as you see them. Tank is attacking the priest, but I don't know if that's who we should be focusing on right now, but I will put the dots on them anyways. Oh wow, everyone's going down super fast. Okay, that's awesome. Who do we have? We have a dragoon. Okay, that's cool. I was trying to see if we had any like area of effects. I think Astrologian has some area of effect attacks, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't played the class yet. I haven't even messed around with it, to be honest with you. So I really don't know what their skills really run the gambit of. All right, so we just need to keep on spamming Ruin here until we get our energy drain back up and we can get our Aether stacks again. So it's our opening rotation that's really kind of important, making sure we get that right. Treasure coffer here with some loot, and that is for nothing that we have here. So I'm actually going to pass on that and let one of our damage classes take that instead of being greedy here. I think that is something that's fairly rude. Are we fighting here? No, we're going inside. Yeah, personally, I think it's something that's fairly rude to do, is to roll for loot that your character doesn't even, you know, really need. Alright, so let's get one of these, and let's get that, and let's just keep on spamming it out. And Fester's back, off of cooldown. Just because it is a little bit larger, I'll do a gust here. Alright, let's target some of the enemies that our team is fighting. I should probably go whoever the Dragoon is going after, so we can just keep on getting that damage down. 2 people is better than 1, right? Alright, looks like my energy drain is off cooldown, so I want to find someone I can use that on. Thank you, and I can get my Aether Flow stacks out. Alright, and we should just have one more. I should have probably just used Ruin there, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's follow our team, figure out where they want to go. This one is mostly about just finding the right path, triggering the right ways, killing all the enemies that you can. Alright, so let's go with the Dragoon, whoever the Dragoon is going to be fighting. I think that will be our better bet to focus DPS on characters like that. Alright, and that should about kill it. So once again, go for the Dragoon. Dragoon is going for this one, so we'll finish him off here. We can use a Fester without using Miasma as well, but we'll get it on here. And I should probably get an energy drain. I should have gotten an energy drain, but I didn't, so that's my fault. Alright, so we have nothing that I can use. Once again, I will pass on it. Eventually, that kind of stuff will be kind of important for us to get, for we can turn it in and advance our ranks into higher levels. Okay, so let's go with whoever our tank is attacking here. Alright, I'm going to get an energy drain out, and let's find someone else. Let's go with this one. Okay, and the last guy. A mini boss should be appearing after that. We can really start getting our skills out now. Use that, and then ruin spam until this comes off cooldown, which is usually just one. So it's a 5-second. And we're pretty much good for there. Hopefully our energy drain comes off cooldown next. So we can do that, and then go to Fester once again. It's an easy rotation as it is right now, but it's a fun one, you know, if you're used to it. Alright, and we're getting to the point where we need to now apply some of our dot effects out, and we just missed it. If the battle lasted longer, that would be one thing that we would take care of. So we had to get these orbs down. As you can see, they have like an effigy to dull moons, the moon that they were talking about before, kind of chilling there. So we're trying to cut off the energy flow. So we have to make our way around the dungeon in order to do that. So let's start get onto our tank here and figure out where they're going to start this battle. Looks like they're going to pull all of these feeders onto them. So we will start. And I'm actually going to see if we can get one of our Eggy or Carbuncle attacks out. And then I should also see if I can get one of these and do one of those. I only had Miasma. I did not have Bio on. That was my bad. Okay, and then let's go here. That one's almost dead. Alright, let's figure out who's going next. Just guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's just so many guys here. I'll use one of my Aether Flow stacks here. And we can also use one of our Carbuncle attacks, which will kind of damage everybody. Can't wait till we get a multi-hit. I should also get another Aether Slack before that fight ends, so that we're set for the next area. We have a Thaumaturge Black Mage. You know what? I'll greed that. We don't have a Black Mage on the team, so sweet, we got it. Once again, I can turn that in, sell it on the market, do a bunch of different things that will help us out eventually. As of right now, it's kind of just chilling on our in our inventory, which is okay. All right, so let's make sure we're getting everybody and helping out our team here. Alright, let's get our Eggy out and let him do some of his attacks. I think we're all doing good, but I have to be careful not to get caught in those attacks as well, because that would never be good. Alright, let's get an energy drain. I think probably this one will be next. Yeah, someone else is getting it. Alright, should probably get a bio on him so he has a dot effect on him at all times. It's kind of hard to tell who everyone is fighting. When I was a healer, it was one thing. I would just fight whoever the tank was fighting. But now I have to kind of think about, as far as team management goes, who would be the best person for us to attack. Okay, we're making our way around. We should have one more of these little fights that we have to do with the mini bosses, and that will allow us to get to the main boss of the dungeon. Is he pulling further? He's going all the way. Okay. Or not. I know we have to go further in. I just wasn't sure if he was going to pull the whole group in, or if he was just going to let it kind of chill as is. Some tanks pull all the way. Some don't. Yeah, it kind of just depends on who you're playing with. You got to coordinate with your team and be able to adjust your strategies as such. Alright, let's get these on. Let's hit him with an energy drain. I'm actually going to save my Aether stacks for the next fight that's coming up. Unfortunately, we can't get through this sealed barrier just yet. We have to continue going in and kill all these praying guys. And then there's the rosary here. So, yeah, it's just mechanics like this. Like, the first time I went through, I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, what the heck? So let's focus on whoever our Dragoon is fighting right now. Oh, perfect. The same guy that I had dotted before, which is smart. All right, let's get the group damage out. Let's hurt him. Who's he going for next? Looks like here. There we go. And can we get another carbuncle attack? Yep, we can. Unfortunately, I think that guy died before we were able to get it out, so I don't think it technically hit anybody, which is unfortunate. Oh, I D-clicked off somebody, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's get a Aether Flow stack here. There we go. Perfect. And we'll activate the Cultist Rosary. And now we can go through that sealed barrier. See, these dungeons, these early dungeons, they're not bad. They're actually kind of fun, in my opinion. Going back and seeing them now on a different light where I'm not so, like, hyper aware of, like, oh my god, my DPS or my tank are dying or you know, something like that. It's kind of fun just being able to play around and cause as much havoc as you can. Alright, so here's the problem. Tank didn't pull everybody, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is pull towards the tank and do that. If you have someone who is targeted onto you, don't run away from your tank. That is probably one of the worst things that you can do. I lost myself. I don't remember what I was doing. Running away from your tank is probably one of the worst things you can do because it's harder for them to pull the aggro back onto you. So if you are ever targeted by something and you're worried about not being able to handle it, just run towards your tank. They'll pull aggro again, and you should be safe from everything after that. So let's just hit this guy. I don't know really what his attacks are, but we'll try to do our best here, so he can't do too much damage to us. All right, we're gonna get another Aether Flow stack here, and before our dots run out, we will throw it out, and one more, and then hopefully he will be dead. There we go. So they're gonna activate those. I'm gonna activate this one. Oh, Dragoon got it before I could, which is fine. Okay, so the pathway has been revealed to us. Treasure coffer has been opened. We will sit here and wait for the Dragoon to come, which he is here now. I don't need any of this. I'm going to pass because it's a paladin sort of thing, and we will enter in. So with this fight, it's one of the first times we have to deal with some ads for the boss as well. Something that we'll just have to keep in mind as we go through. Oh, if I clicked off of them. Okay. So essentially, the best way to manage this, you'll see as we go through, you'll get a bunch of these imps that come through. Okay, can I click on him, please? Thank you. These imps that come through, and that makes the boss invulnerable. So DPS has to focus on attacking him right away. Otherwise, we'll never be able to do anything to this boss. Alright, so our dots are about to run out, so we'll reapply those. And I am out of Aether stacks, so that's alright. Once again, so now he has multiple ads that he's adding in, but you want to just focus on the ones that have the purple line on it. Those are the important ones. The skeletons and whatnot can all wait till after. They are nowhere near as important. Alright, so I don't have any Aether stacks, so I should get that going. And before our dots run off, we will make sure we reapply these. And this is pretty much the fights that you need to worry about. Learn your rotations, how to manage looking at whatever you need to look at. That helps you through the best way possible. Otherwise, you'll be fumbling around and you won't really know what's going on, and that's like the last thing that you want. Alright, I thought the Dragoon would be coming over here to help us, but thankfully we had the Astrologian come through and give us a helping hand there. Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to manage all that. Alright, so our dots have worn off, which is fine. I'm wondering if the... Oops, we clicked off of him. If our guy's going to use his limit. It doesn't look like it, so we will use it. Once again, it's better that somebody uses limit rather than nobody. Okay, and that was the Tomtar Deepcroft. Easy dungeon. It's a lot more fun when you actually have party members who know what they're doing, for the most part. It's just kind of running around, collecting things, defeating enemies, you know, the drill. It's nothing too crazy. Some of the dungeons later get a little bit more intensive, and you have to be aware of the mechanics. I always highly recommend, and before we go and talk to me on it, looking up tactics for a dungeon before you jump into them. Or if you have a free company or a guild that is relatively nice and you can jump into the content with them, at least have them explain it to you. But if you don't know what you're doing in a dungeon, ask somebody. It's as simple as just saying, hey guys, I'm new. Are there any mechanics I should look out for? Most people will generally tell you if they need to look out for something, because they don't want to waste the time wiping and having to do it all over again. It's just not fun for anybody, so most people are generally okay with explaining tactics. Anyways, I digress. Let's talk to Mother Mia over here. Welcome back, Niah. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talent for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become even more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Averin's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah! To hell's with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving. It'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, this is a lady. Oops. Oh, well, she has a deep voice. What of it? Oh, and by the way, some parting advice. Get rid of Averin's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avery. Please forgive me. And such is the plight of a white mage. You get yelled at when you don't heal enough, but no one ever seems to care when you do your job correctly. Sad, sad, sad. Scenes like this have become all too common. This makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the service of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. Alright, so we completed our mission, and we could choose from any one of these options here. I'm not going to, I'm just going to take the bronze pieces, because none of that gear is specifically good, I should say. So now, here we are. We're about 30 minutes in, and I'll probably be ending the episode soon enough. The question is, do we take the quest and go on from there? Or do we just finish up what I was doing before, which happens to be a nice little levy quest. I think we'll go do the levy quest. Just bear with me. I'm going to be teleporting out, and I'll pick up when we reach the area that we need be. Okay, here we are in the area of our leave quest, so I'm just going to quickly activate it real quick. Initiates, yep, home points, don't care. Let's do a +4, just because I am fairly high level at this point, and I'm not worried about too much. Looks like we just have to use a water sprite core to reveal the target's true form. Okay, so we have to kill a water sprite, and once we do that, we can go to another area, kill an enemy, and that will activate. No, okay, it's someone else's. Just want to make sure I didn't start fighting something else. Alright, so we have an antidote here. So we have a water sprite core. We need to turn around and look for these other areas, and in them we will find, hopefully, the trickster imps. So as of right now, I have a wandering wisp. So that's why we need water. It's because it's a fire thing. I have 5 cores. So if the first one, which it looks like it's not, isn't a trickster imp, we will be able to continue looking. Though, may have been. Nope, not yet. Okay. They're just wandering all around this area. That's cool. And that one is, in fact, a trickster imp. Cool. So we found the first one. Let's get our Fester out. Let's use Ruin once or twice before this comes back. There he goes. Let's go for this one, Wandering Wisp. And we'll just keep on doing the same thing. Alright, it did reveal itself to be a trickster imp. So I need to put my dots back on. And we shall kill it. Cool. And that's pretty much it. Easy peasy. Duty complete. That's all I wanted to do. I was doing it before we got into the dungeon, before the queue popped, and I wasn't able to complete it, obviously, because the dungeon takes precedence. So I just wanted to get this done, get it out of my journal. I don't like having a cluttered journal. It just makes me feel uncomfortable seeing all these quests lined up and whatnot. So I generally try to keep like 1 or 2 at most. Alright, so none of that is important. I just got the bonuses and whatnot. Okay, Levy quest is complete. Now we have to go to Ul'dah. Oh no, I have to go talk to Mother Mio again. Alright, I'm gonna pause again. I'll be right back. No, I'm sorry. I lied to you. I actually want to end this episode early today. I know, we usually go around the 40-minute mark, but I don't want to start doing a quest and not be able to finish it. So we're going to end this episode a bit early today. Tomorrow, or the next episode, whenever you watch this, we will go to Ul'dah and we will see what's going on in the next area with the 3rd dungeon and tasks that we'll need to complete. As always, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for... Hey, Carby, why don't you come over here? Be part of the video. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. I really do hope you enjoyed and are looking forward to future episodes. I'm having a lot of fun doing this again. I forgot how much fun it can be when the pressure is not really on to, make this a living. Anyways, guys, peace out and much love to you.